Hey, morning, welcome to Bush Kiddz. Out in the garden today, we're just going to do a little bit of bushcrafting so that we can take something out for us on our walk. And what we're going to do today is make a French throwing arrow. For those of you as old as I am, you probably made these when you were younger, and it's really an arrow like a thicker, like a bow and arrow that you can throw using a piece of string or paracord. So let me show you what you need. Okay, so let me tell you what you need. So we need a stick, a straightish stick, probably as long as your arm. We need a saw, some string, paracord, a knife, and some card off a cereal box in this case. So what we need to do is we need to make a cross section here that comes down the stick that we can start to put the flights and the card into. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take now I'm using the heavier side is going to be the side at the front of the stick, and I'm going to do it with the smaller side at the back. But I'm going to use a technique called battening. So I'm going to hold the knife in a good grip. You might need somebody to hold the stick, but I can use my mallet here, but you can use whatever else you've got around, a piece of stick or something. And I'm just going to very gently, see how gently that is, and it's just opening up that crack there. Not too much, but just enough at the end to get a bit of a flight. I'm going to take this out carefully. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same across as well. Again, very gently with the battening. Okay, so you can see now we've got a cross there. It's coming down a little bit. I'm just going to take that out gently. So what we're going to do is make some flights. So I'm just going to cut two pieces the same out of this card. And I'm not making them too big. You can make them as big as you want, and of course you can use other things other than card, potentially feathers. I'm just going to make two pieces the same. Just fashion those the same. So just going to take a little bit off the sides, a little bit off this side. Okay, so we've got two pieces of card now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put those two pieces of card together. So I need to make a cut at the one top halfway down and a cut at the bottom halfway down. So let me just show you that. So one cut halfway down at the top, like that, and one cut halfway down at the bottom. So if we've got this right, we should be able to put those two things together and join them together into some flights. There you go. Okay, so we've got our flight and we've got our cross here, so I'm just going to see what I can do to get this in. It might be a bit fiddly, so let's just see how we can get this in. So once it's in, we should be able to pull this down, hopefully, all the way down. And hopefully we've got our flights. So now what we need to do is we need to put a place where we can attach our rope to sling this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a notch in here about a third of the way through, and then we're going to cut that notch this way so the string can go over the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this notch. It's going to be about a third of the way through and a couple of inches down, so notch there. And then what I'm going to do with the knife is, as we've seen before, is do a stop cut back. So I'm cutting back into it, okay? Just keeping this really, fingers out the way, keeping a reinforced grip. Doesn't need to be a massive notch, just needs to be enough there to hold the string. Of course, if we were making this into a real weapon, then we would sharpen this end up. But what I'm going to do is I don't want it to pierce anything, so I'm just going to make sure it's just rounded off at the end. So again, just a reinforced grip, just to round the end off. And actually want a bit of weight on this side. That's the reason why we've kept the thicker end of this side. But we don't want anybody getting hurt with this sticking in. So I've done just rounded it off. So the next thing we want is a piece of string just bigger than this piece. So actually, if you did it the length of the arrow plus a little bit more, say a hand for past the arrow, that should be enough. So we're just going to cut it off at that. Is that right? Okay. What I'll do also is just make sure there's a knot in the end of one side. And now we've got our sling to send it off. So the way that we throw this is we get the knotted end, and we use our little piece there, so just rest it on there and then back over the top and back over the knot. You see that? And now I'm pulling on that, so it's holding it tight. I can just wrap my hand around it once or twice, and now I've got a way to throw that off. So I'm in the garden, so I'm not going to throw this hard, but as you can see, I've still got this angle here around my notch. I've got a little bit of the string, so all I'm going to do is just pull it back, throw the string. You can see how that string just propels it forward. But we'll take it on our walk today and see how far we can get with it. Okay, we're getting it ready. Wow, that was good, wasn't it? Okay, there you go. Fun with the French arrow. Of course, we're being safe. We're in a place that's got a lot of area here to throw it, so we're in no danger of hitting anyone. We've got a blunt end as well, but that could come sharp if you've got somebody in front. And it's all about technique as well, getting the technique right so that it flies through the air. So give it a go. Let us know how you get on towards a challenge, and stay safe. See you soon.